What is VS Code? VS Code, or Visual Studio Code, is an open-source code editor by Microsoft. It was initially released back in 2015. It has become one of the most popular integrated development environments among the developers. VS Code is not considered as an IDE, but as a code editor it has built-in capabilities, including syntax highlighting, code completion, corrections code, navigation code, refactoring running and debugging, and easy integration with source control management providers. All these improved capabilities make VS Code more than a basic code editor. VS Code can be considered as a relatively new editor compared to most of the popular IDEs and text editors in the market, and it was able to quickly win the hearts of developers, especially the front-end developers. These are the statistics about most popular IDEs as at February 2021, according to the Top IDE Index. VS Code comes as a desktop application for macOS, Windows, and Linux platforms. It is built using the Electrons framework combining web technologies. It has a fast yet simple editing capability with relatively light in weight. It comes with inbuilt support and extension support for a wide range of programming and scripting languages that includes JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, RubyGo, HTML, Docker Node, JSYAML, and many more. Architecture model allows easy customization and development of new extensions. You can find all the available extensions in the VS Code marketplace. They are specifically developed for different programming languages, formatting, linting, theming, and for collaborative development. To install VS Code in your computer, make sure your internet or Wi-Fi is enabled. First, all we need to do is open Google Chrome and type VS Code download on Google search, and then double-click this site, and then click Download button base on your operating system. Once the download is complete, locate the installer file and double-click on it to run it. The file name will vary depending on your operating system. Follow the instructions provided by the installer. For Windows, run the installer and follow the prompts. You can choose the installation location and whether to add VS Code to the system's path variable, recommended. Once the installation is complete, launch Visual Studio Code by clicking on the application icon or using the appropriate method for your operating system. Visual Studio Code should now be installed and ready to use. You can begin coding by creating a new file or opening an existing project. Installation extension in Visual Studio Code. To install extension in Visual Studio Code, follow these step-by-step instructions. Launch Visual Studio Code on your computer. Click on the Extensions icon in the left sidebar. It looks like a square puzzle piece. In the Extensions view, you'll see a search bar at the top. Type in the name of the theme you want to install. For example, if you want to install the GitHub theme, type GitHub theme in the search bar. A list of matching extensions will appear. Look for the extension that matches the theme you want to install and click on it. On the extensions page, you'll see an Install button. Click on it to start the installation process. After the installation is complete, once VS Code restarts, the installed theme will be active. To change to the installed theme, click on the gear icon in the lower left corner of the window to open the Settings menu. Then, click on Color Theme and select the theme you just installed from the drop-down menu. The theme will be applied immediately, and you can start using your new theme in Visual Studio Code. Create project in VS Code. To create project in VS Code, All we need to do is create some folder in any directory do you like. In my case, I will create folder in desktop and then drag the folder to the VS Code to open it. When VS Code is opened, you can start create a project. Create simple HTML project in VS Code. To create HTML project or file, we need to install an extension called Live Server in Marketplace. Once the installation is complete, it's time for us to create an HTML file in project that we created before. To create file in VS Code, all we need to do is right-click on mouse and then click New File. And then you can name the file whatever you like. Just make sure the type of the file is HTML. In my case, I'll name it index.html. When you are done, click Enter. In this field, you can type HTML to trigger the suggestion. When the suggestion is already pop up, you can press Tab or Enter, and the HTML structures is already complete. Add HTML content. Between the opening and closing tags, you can add HTML content such as headings, paragraphs, images, links, and other elements. In my case, I will use tag heading or H1. And then when you are done, you can press Ctrl+S to save. Right-click anywhere inside the HTML file and select Open with Live Server from the context menu. A new browser window will open, displaying a live preview of your HTML file. Any changes you make to the HTML file will automatically be reflected in the browser window. Congratulations! You have created simple HTML project using VS Code.